sio kujua maneno ila ni kujua lengo la fikira.
Bwana asifiwe sana.
Imani shimwe cyane.
Utukufu kwa Mungu.
Cyubahiro ni cy'Imana.
Pokea salamu nyingi kutoka Marekani.
Ni mwakiri ntazo nyinshi kuva muri Amerika.
Mungu akuangaze nuru ya uso wake juu yako.
Imana ikwangariza umuco wayo imbere yawe.
Mkae nyumba hii mwa Baba milele.
Mube mu nzu y'Imana ibihe byose.
Na kuombea baraka za Mungu juu ya maisha yako.
Ndagusabira imihezagiro y'Imana ku bugingo bwawe.
Mungu awabariki sana.
Imana ibahezagire cyane.
Mungu abariki Burundi.
Imana ihezagire Burundi.
Bwana asifiwe.
Imana ishimwe.
I want to read to you briefly from the book of Mark.
Ndagomba gusoma mu ncamake mu butumwa bwiza bwa Mariko
chapter 4,
igice cya 4
starting with verse 35.
duhere ku murongo wa 25.
Mark 4 verse 35.
35 Mariko igice cya 4 murongo wa 35.
Bwana asifiwe.
Imana ishimwe.
Yesu ni Bwana.
Yesu numwami.
It reads,
on
the same day when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow, and they awoke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, and they feared exceedingly and said to one another, "Who can this be that even the wind and sea obey him?" The disciples asked Jesus if he cared. I speak to you today and I say to you that Jesus cared. Sometimes in our lives we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with change. We have to cross over to the other side. We have to do something different. We have to deal with circumstances in our lives. And it's not always easy to do that. In fact, sometimes we wonder which way to go and which direction to turn. And sometimes we wonder if we're going to make it at all. Our circumstances can seem to overwhelm us. We think there may be no way out of our situation. We think that our situation may be hopeless and helpless. And so sometimes we find ourselves crying out to God, do you care? Just like the disciples cried out to Jesus and said, Teacher, do you care that we are here? But just like we read in the Bible, Jesus is there with you and He does care. It is a matter of trusting and believing in Him. It is a matter of humbly accepting His participation in your life. It is a choice to allow Jesus in your life. Kwa nini isiwe hivyo chagua Yesu? Kwa nini isiwe hivyo chagua leo? Chagua Yesu. Chagua leo. Jesus is the answer. Jesus was the answer then. Jesus is the answer now. And Jesus will always be the answer. There is no other way. There is no other Savior. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no man comes unto the Father but by me. Those are the words of Jesus. Those are the words of truth. And they will never change. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of God stands forever. The word of God will never change. God and Jesus are the same yesterday, today, and forever. God is not a seasonal God. He is the same always. So no matter what you may be going through, no matter what someone may have said about you, no matter what your sickness or illness may be, God is there for you. Kuna tumaini Burundi. Amina. Mungu awabariki sana. Sitasahau Burundi. Bwana asifiwe.
One way, Jesus.